to another episode of the Chik G podcast.
No. Freudian. Leave it in.
Right, clap again. Let's try that again.
No, let's just keep going. Roll with it.
Roll with it. Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Actually, this is what happens when you're juggling too many things at once and a man that doesn't want to listen to you. Let me try that again. Hello, guys, and welcome to the Black and White Thinking podcast. You are joined by your hosts, Chik and G. How's it going?
Alright, back to work after a week off.
I know.
Joyous.
Rubbish, isn't it?
It wasn't too bad.
Well, I ended up Saturday, Sunday, I was at the property thing, wasn't I? So I feel like I've just not rested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was your birthday last week. Happy
It
birthday, sir.
It's too late.
It's not too late. It's not even been a week, it's been a few days.
That's true.
I know, but by the time this comes out, it will be too late. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh no, because it's only in a few days, because we're a little bit behind now. So there you go. To be fair, you have got some messages from people saying happy birthday to you. I have told you, but I think that was nice. Very kind of him.
It means nothing.
Right, you need to talk a bit louder because the microphone's not working properly.
Okay.
Right, okay, so today's topic.
Catholic or Protestant?
Or Protestant, as I say.
No.
Right, Catholic versus Protestant. If anyone is new here, the premise of this podcast is... Sir?
We pick a topic and you choose a side.
Yeah, perfect.
In very black and white terms. You can't sit on the fence.
There we go. Fabulous. Alright, yeah. So, for a bit of context, I am Catholic, was brought up Catholic. Someone calls me a part-time Catholic, but
PTC.
I've had my old... PTC, and I actually have a thing called Project Post That Content, PTC.
Although
what?
it was changed to CP. Or no. Not P. CC.
What do you mean?
Casual Catholic.
Go! Oh wait, when was it changed to casual Catholic?
Not so long ago.
I'm not a casual Catholic. You're ridiculous. If anything, you're the one that said when we went to the funeral the other day, you were like, does this count as your once for the week? And I was like, yeah.
No, I just asked, does this count as a visit to
Yeah,
church?
it does.
Well, there you go.
Mass, I had the
You
sacrament.
did once this year.
Yeah, that's alright because it's only the first month of the year. And my aim is now to go twice a month.
So if you did something once a month, you would say you were a casually involved in
Not
that
for
thing?
church, because that's 12 months in a year.
Some people go once a week. Some people go twice a week.
Some people do go twice a
Thrice.
week, once a week. Mum and Dad basically go once a week. And Christmas, they went
Numerous times.
Christmas Eve. On Christmas, didn't they go twice in the same day?
They did.
Yeah. So anyway, the background of that is, me and my family are Catholic. What were you brought up as? Because we live in Northern Ireland, so people just assume it's either Protestant or Catholic. However, what denomination were you brought up as, and are you religious?
I'm not religious, but we were brought up in the Protestant church, specifically Presbyterian.
Presbyterian? Wasn't your uncle a
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian? Presbyterian and Presbyterian are two different things.
No, you're just saying it wrong.
Alright, well, to be fair,
But also Methodist.
Yeah. Wait, so I haven't, because I've never asked you this before. So, your Uncle Stanley was a Methodist? Or was he Presbyterian? Presbyterian.
Methodist. My granny, my mum's mum, and the prof would have been Methodists, but my granny went to a Presbyterian church because she didn't like the Methodist church in Cumber.
Right.
Because the minister was a woman. He had a woman as her partner.
Are you being serious?
I didn't like her, yeah.
That's so
So funny.
We've never talked about this. I never asked this before.
I'm sure I've mentioned it.
Trust me, this is something I'd remember. And this would be, coming from a Catholic family, this would be a point of, or is it a point of conversation? What's the saying? Anyway, I'd have told them this story, because that's a great story. That's so interesting. But you're atheist.
Yes.
As atheist as they come, basically.
Well, I guess so. I don't believe in gods.
So are you telling me you believe in something?
No. No, I don't believe in anything like that.
So what is it you believe in?
I believe that there is no God.
I know, but you're saying it as if you believe in some kind of higher being.
No.
So...
I believe in science.
You
Facts. Hard evidence.
Hard evidence.
Not a book written by some Greek person 2,000 years ago.
Greek person?
Wasn't it written in Greek or something at some point?
I don't know.
And then translated from an ancient language into English. Which again, has bound to have lost some of the stuff.
Was it written in Greek? I know, but I say this, but I've told you before about my Muslim friend's mum teaching me about how the Quran's like copied word like verbatim, and I know that the Catholic Bible has been changed to suit some people over the years. However, well, I guess I'm proving your point that things do get changed. There must be like an original copy somewhere, is what I'm trying to say.
Of the Bible?
But like an original transcript of the Bible. Someone's just probably kept it to themselves.
I don't think so.
Okay, so, well, why are we choosing between Catholic and Protestant?
So that's what you do here.
Oh yeah, that's so true. It's wild, isn't it? When we started dating straight away, the neighbour was over to speak to you to just hear, because they know which side you are by how you speak, apparently. How you say
I think you can tell
H's.
where
H.
somebody is from by their accent, and then you infer that they're either one or the other.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not they are.
Yeah. So our neighbour would know you as being basically a Protestant when you're atheist.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So you're going to have to choose between one or the other. Well, I guess you've been coming to church with us, and to be fair, I'm surprised. You've been to church quite more than a lot more than I was expecting. Nearly the same amount of time I was last year.
Yeah, but all it does is reaffirm my belief.
No!
And that this is pointless.
Pointless how?
What's the point of it?
The point of religion.
We'll go into church. I mean, the point of religion is it helps people understand life, essentially. Yeah. But they've forgotten about science and all that other good stuff that helps.
Unless you're someone like me. I also think about science, but I think it all works together. But I guess I don't understand your question. What's the point in...
Church?
Oh, in church? I think that's an old-fashioned thing. I don't go to church every week because I don't feel like I need to be there every week. I feel like me being a Catholic or Christian is based off of how I am as a person, how I deal with people on a day-to-day basis.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, I'm living in sin at the moment, as they'd say. But I think it's working out quite well for me.
We'll see.
Excuse you.
On the day of judgment.
On the day of judgment.
You know what I couldn't cope with if I was brought up Catholic?
What?
The guilt.
Yeah, I can't...
See all this thing that they do? That I'm terrible. I'm the worst. I'm not worth anything.
That's
like,
not... It's through my fault, through my most previous faults.
I came to that conclusion without Catholicism. So I didn't need that extra.
I love that that's the bit of maths that you remember.
You're a horrible person.
But that's not what it's telling you. It's saying that you're a human being and every human is born with sin. We're not Jesus.
Well,
so what it's saying is... What?
But we're not.
But we're all born sin... Like, what it's saying is when no one's born perfect.
Yeah, but we're not born sinners.
Yeah, but if you're not born perfect, it means that you're born to be able to commit sin. So disobeying your mum and dad is a sin. Now, again, there's a scale of that.
Yeah. And I don't... Like, there's a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Like kneeling and standing and sitting and kneeling, and whereas in the churches I went to, you just stand up to sing and then you sit down.
I think that's wild because you could tell that the people at the funeral weren't of faith or hadn't been to church in a long time.
No.
Because halfway through they just gave up. It wasn't even like they were looking round to see who was kneeling and sitting. I saw one of them look and just go and just sit. And I was like, excuse you, in my head. So that's a sin, judging someone in church. See? I guess I've not really been to one of your churches, so I can't completely...
The costumes are better in the Catholic Church.
Costumes?
The outfits.
Why do you think they're better?
Well, they're just more... there's more grandeur in the Catholic Church, isn't there?
Yeah, but they have meanings as well, so like the colour purple.
Oh,
don't ask me what that is now, but...
I don't know either, but I know they're significant of something.
Yeah.
But just even all the embroidery and like all the smoke, swinging the smoke.
Yeah, and it makes me sad they don't do that all the time. Everywhere. But I guess you've only been to like the main masses where they are doing that. No.
Been to...
Oh, the other ones?
Been to the boring ones.
Yeah, but they don't do that very often now. Like, we don't even get wine anymore. That wine's nice.
That stopped a long time ago.
Not here. They used to... Like, in England, it stopped a long time ago. And then I moved here. It was like, great, they still give a bit of wine. And then as time's gone on, it's been like once every other week and then once a month and then...
They do communion in Protestant churches, yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah, because basically it's...
But it's like... It's once a month, like a special occasion.
But, so the Church of England's like a Protestant church, isn't it?
It's like, really, isn't it? Like Catholic, light? Like diet Catholic?
Yeah, but I think it's supposed to be classed as Protestant.
Well, it's not Catholic, but it's like...
It's the same.
Like diet Catholic.
Yeah, because it was King Henry VIII, that did it so he could get divorced. So the royal family are basically Catholics is what we're saying. Diet Catholics is what you're saying.
Oh no. They're prods.
They're actual prods.
Go over to the east and you'll see.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's the other interesting thing about here. You drive to certain areas, and so for the people that come to visit me here that have come from England or anywhere else, you'll drive past and see a mural of what is now the king, or you'll see some of the murals to do with the royal family, the British Army, those things. And again, that's how you know what area you're in. And...
Well, the flags are a giveaway.
Oh yeah, the flags are a big giveaway. Someone joked at the property thing about curbs being painted, because obviously, especially here, people sometimes are scared to invest because they don't know what area they're going to go in. And someone made a joke about the curbs being painted, and one of the girls from England was like, what? And I forget, like, all of that is here. But people here aren't actually very religious.
Yeah. But we're talking about the religious.
Yeah, like the religious side.
Because here it's construed as really misconstrued, either nationalist or unionist is really what people mean.
Yeah.
When they say they're Protestant or Catholic. I think even more so on the Catholic side, it's a bit like, you know, the way like you'll hear Jewish people, they'll never go to a temple and whatever in America, you know, particularly in America. But they'll consider themselves Jewish.
Yeah.
Like it's an ethnic background.
Yeah.
People here do that. And
that's
it's
so
more
true.
So on the Catholic side.
No, do you know what?
Because like...
I've got to be honest, I agree.
The Catholics are better at like the whole system with all the guilt and the indoctrination.
Yeah.
That lasts a lifetime.
Yeah.
Whereas Protestants who break free just don't really think twice about it.
Yeah, that's so true, because no matter where you go, Catholic guilt's Catholic guilt. What were we watching? Me and you had this conversation, and then we watched something where someone joked about the Catholic guilt. Was it on one of your podcasts you were watching?
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah, the point is, no matter where you go in the world, Catholic guilt is Catholic guilt. But what I don't like is on the religion, because we've kind of had this conversation before where we talked about culture. I don't like how, like you're saying, religion and culture become synonymous. Is that the word?
I mean, you could argue that religion is a culture in a way.
Yeah, it's a culture in a way, but I think, like, for me, the way that we were brought up in Zambia, I guess that's the whole thing of, like, Catholicism and Christianity around the world. how do I even say this? What I don't like is the religious side. You've got the 10 Commandments and whatever else, but where it starts to get blurred with culture, and what I don't like is there isn't always a separation, because if you look at a Zambian Catholic versus an English Catholic, there are differences in culture, but I feel like Catholics, Christians in general, are very judgmental, but people don't actually take time to, if you're going to quote the Bible, understand what's coming from that, but they'll use it to make someone act a particular way in terms of culture. So it's like they use something that they don't actually practice themselves to judge someone else, to use to judge someone else.
It's most people who claim to have religion.
But I feel like, for me, the way that I guess... do you know what? I guess it's even difficult for me to, if we were choosing between one or the other, because we've just picked here, just because we're in Northern Ireland, it's Catholic or Protestant. But Dad grew up in one denomination and took us one way. Mum did the same, and then we kind of got to choose. I think...
You went for the costumes.
I didn't go for the
big
costumes.
show.
No, do you know what? The more I think about it, one, I was more familiar and more comfortable with the Catholic Church than I was, like, the Jehovah's Witness, anything else. Because I just felt, especially Jehovah's Witness side, I felt like they were quite a lot more judgmental. I think with Catholics, there's a lot of reflection, and you're talking about the kneeling and whatever, but that is like meditation time. I think there's a way that Catholics do it. What I've taken from it is the sacraments mean something to me, because if we have a child, I want them to be christened. I want them to... There'll be certain things that they'll do across their lives that is a reminder they're not on their own. Whereas from what I've seen of other denominations, once you're shunned and pushed out... Now, this can happen with Catholics as well, but once you're shunned and pushed out, that's it. But I've just seen it less on the Catholic side. So for me, that's why I'd pick Catholic any day.
But you don't get much shunning here. People aren't that dramatic.
They're not that dramatic here, but there's still a level of shunning. There is.
I've never known anyone to be shunned in the Protestant faith. Shunning, i.e. excommunicating. Who does that?
Yeah, Catholics do that. Well, especially in Zambia, I feel like they still
Have
do
you ever
that.
been to a Protestant service?
That's what I was saying, I don't think I have.
Then...
Are you telling me that we're going to go to one, just see
No,
what
I'm
it's
not
like?
going to go to one. I've been to plenty.
So,
I've been to both.
So we're basically both choosing Catholic?
No.
Because you're not going to go back to a Protestant church?
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, if I had to choose, I would choose the Protestant faiths.
Why?
Just easier, isn't it?
That's why you're choosing it, because it's easier.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be why you choose it.
Better hymns.
Better hymns. To be fair, the hymns here are a bit shocking. So, in the past, there used to be better hymns. Christmas, they let me down a little bit this last year. So I'd give you a go based off... If you told me there's definitely going to be hymns in Mass, because I think that's a part of how you celebrate faith.
Yes, but sometimes we've gone to your church and there hasn't been hymns.
That's what I mean, but that's because things are like changing. They don't have choirs anymore.
But I didn't think hymns were a thing in a Catholic church.
Oh, they are.
Just
we used to have hymn books.
The priest did the singing.
No, we used to have hymn books for everything.
Thing that they do.
No, we have actual like hymn songs. Like I've got on my phone app before Fran got engaged, she'd sent me a list of hymns that she wants at a wedding.
I bet you if you looked into it, they were written by someone from a Reformed faith.
Probably. I won't be surprised.
It was a big thing.
Was it? What, they stole songs?
No, hymn writing.
Oh, just from other people. Yeah, to be fair, I can see how it makes sense, because some of the bangers, like so I went to a Catholic school, Shine Jesus Shine, there's no way that's just a Catholic song.
No, it's a more modern one, isn't it?
Is
That's
it?
like a church where they have guitars. But that's
cool, that's
usually
what it is, yeah.
Protestant, isn't it? Because Catholic church wouldn't allow a guitar.
They do, like, our church has guitars.
What?
Yeah, there's a guy that plays the guitar.
In a Catholic church?
Yeah.
That's madness.
Because they don't just have choirs now, it's like a band kind of thing. So it's a choir, but there'll be a piano player / organ, or... What is it? Yeah, or the guitar. You've just not been when they've had it.
I've never seen it.
So we're going to be going to church until you see the,
No.
the guitar.
It's so boring. It really is.
It's not... We've got a great... So actually, this is going to back up why Catholics are better. Our priest...
No, we're not.
We've talked about all of it.
You're not saying which people are better. That's dodgy grind.
No, it's not.
We're choosing which one we would pick and get rid of the other.
Yeah, but I have to go off of the fact that if I've not been in the church...
Redirecting you, because you said, this is why Catholics are better. That's not what we were talking about.
Okay, I'm still going to stick to my point, because we were at a funeral and the priest was really funny. Let me finish. And I did like a finger to you there. Right, yeah, that priest was funny. You've been to mass with our normal priest.
He's not funny.
The new priest. I don't think it's too bad. He's really like warm. He makes you enjoy church. He is a bit funny.
I feel like even without being a priest, he would always be a virgin.
I think he's really nice.
I'm not saying anything about his character, good or bad. I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't trust. I've seen for younger priests. I've seen ones you'd go absolutely.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's the vibe he gives off.
But I've had a few like funny priests. I think there's a humour. I think the way that. The reason I'm saying this is because when it comes to teaching the younger generation, I think that the Catholic priests that do it well today are the ones that have rolled with the times. The ones that, I get, obviously, the Pope is the Pope and sets rules and whatever else, but when they're teaching, their points, you just said it's boring, but the sermon's supposed to be interesting, and the sermon's normally what I find the most interesting because they make it relatable to you. Like, to be fair, I guess the prof was a minister, so I guess he'd have had good sermons from what you've said about him.
Yeah, but somebody can be funny. Like I've seen plenty of funny ministers, like Protestant ministers. It's not exclusive to priests.
No, I'm not just saying
anything.
We're not going there.
Priests.
We're not going there. But I'm not saying that it's just. I'm not saying that it's like they're the funniest. I'm saying it's in terms of how they teach. Because as a 30-year-old, I'm gonna carry on going to church. At the end of the day, no matter what, if we have a child, they're gonna be brought up in the Catholic Church because that's what we've agreed. Because that's the decision that I've told you it matters to me. And you've agreed for a reason, but you're having to trust my judgment based on that.
No.
Are you just saying yeah because you're like...
I'm not asked if they go to church or not.
You're not bothered at all?
But just remember when I say, oh no, I'm not going, they'll be like, oh, we want to stay? And then I'll be like, yes.
No. Because there comes a point where you force them to go and then you get them to choose.
You force them to go until they're indoctrinated and then they don't have a choice.
I have a choice.
Tomato, is that what you're going to say?
No, but I guess that's where it's on us as parents to not get them indoctrinated.
No, but that's how it works. You were indoctrinated.
Yeah, I was, but my kids aren't going to be indoctrinated.
Well, why not? Because you'll do this. You'll be doing the same thing that people do. They take them to church and tell them that there's a God and all this stuff, and tell them it's true. And as a Catholic, they'll feel incredibly guilty about it all.
But we've agreed we will talk to them both about what we both believe.
I believe that it's all lies.
Yeah.
And
I believe there's something there. And then you're going to have to deal with the grandparents, especially the grandma, Jesus Christ. Excuse the... But I think that when it comes to... I know we have to pick our faith, but I think when it comes to how things move forward, already so many people don't have faith. But that does affect a lot of people mentally as well. Because look at my family. Now, I'm not saying this is the right thing, but having a community, having faith, having people that think the way you do to an extent, and again, that's with a pinch of salt, it does give you a sense of belonging. Whereas a lot of people these days are lonely, because I think there's a part of religion that is important, and that's why I want our kids to be Catholic, but I also think, because I've been brought up to think for myself and choose, whether my parents like it or not, that's how they brought me up. I think it's important that we tell them what we both believe. Don't get them, because I expect that you're going to tell me if it's getting to a point where you're going, they clearly don't want to go and you're forcing them to go and I'm not seeing that. But that's why I expect you to tell me that's what's happening.
No kid wants to go to church.
I know no kid wants, but I used to love Sunday school. It's great. You got to colour as well. Obviously Eliza now is basically our godchild. And again, like I've said this, like that's who we start from. You're not going to say to her you believe. Exactly. You're not going to lie to her. But I'm also...
You're going to lie to her?
I'm not going to lie to her. Because I'm going to tell her the truth. I don't know if there's a God or not. But I'm hedging my bets.
I know.
Right, so what are you picking?
Oh, we're done then, are we?
Well...
I have more points.
Oh, go on.
The Protestant Church, arguably more trustworthy than the Catholic Church. In a broad sense.
In a broad sense. Yeah, but the Protestant Church is also...
part of it was formed because there was an issue with priests taking money and being at the centre of it all. And the Protestants were like, no, it's the book. Study the book, not the people. So,
because I look at everything as Catholic or other, evangelists, are they anything similar to Protestants?
I mean, evangelical churches are people... I mean, you can be an evangelical Catholic, can you?
I don't know.
I suppose typically it would be associated with Protestant churches.
So those are the woo-woo ones. And there are quite a few around Africa as well. And they're known for dodgy dealings and exploitation of money.
In a broad sense. I'm not talking about some pastor with a private jet and a Ferrari.
No, but that's what I'm also saying. And with Catholic priests, at the end of the day, Catholicism is one of the biggest religions. So when there are scandals and things happen, that's it's told to us on a mass scale. But on a mass scale as well, there are a lot of pastors that are also known for doing dodgy dealings.
No, but I mean as an organisation. If you had to say one or the other was more dodgy, who would you say as an overall organisation?
I couldn't answer that question.
You can,
because I don't have enough information.
The Catholic Church.
No, absolutely not.
No, but
I don't have enough information.
No, what you do?
No, but like I'm saying to you, on a broad scale, because again, don't forget we consume different levels of media.
If you had to say one or the other, one is more dodgy than the other, who would you say?
One's more dodgy. I think one's had more scandals that have been put into the media.
So, if one has had more public scandals...
Yeah, but then could they... No, I'm not... Because I'm not trying to justify what has... Like, the bad stuff that's happened, because I don't believe...
So, one organisation, one group, has had loads of public scandals for centuries, right? And one hasn't.
Yeah, but one's also been around longer.
But one hasn't.
But one's been around longer.
But also, mainstream media has been around equally for both.
Yeah, but mainstream media been around for both. I get what you're trying to say.
So like TV and print media, as we know it, has been around for both because the Reformation was in the 1500s. So you could argue Protestantism has been around for 500 years. Give or take.
Right.
So therefore, in the public sphere as we know it, i.e. newspapers, TV news, whatever, one of those organisations has had more public scandals in that arena.
Yeah, okay.
And one has had hardly any. None that I know of.
I wouldn't say TB Joshua right now, there's a whole thing.
None that I know of.
That's in Africa right now.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, no, you can't just say... But you're also saying none that you know. And right, I will agree with what you're saying.
So one is dodgier.
The scandals that we know more of are from the Catholic side. However, the level of... Look at the Scientologists and all the other... They're all dodgy. Religion as a whole, most people aren't actually... don't practice religion the way it's supposed to be practiced. Because they're all... It's capitalism.
I know, but you concede that one...
Yeah, I've conceded, but that's my justification. It's religion as a whole.
On that note, you would rather choose the dodgy one.
No, I wouldn't rather
Sorry,
choose the dodgy one.
dodgy
Sorry,
one.
sorry,
Or
yeah.
the one that has had fewer public scandals.
No, but just because something's dodgy, I live in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
I grew up in England.
If anything, that should be reason enough to side with picking a Protestant church.
But I also say that I'm British and Zambian.
Yeah.
Look what the Brits did. I'm not saying those things proudly.
That's got nothing to do with picking Protestant or Catholic.
No, but it's an example to say one is similar to the other when you're comparing them. I'm a Catholic, and there are priests, Catholics that have done bad things. I'm a Brit, there are Brits that have done bad things. So, whilst I can acknowledge and completely agree that horrible things have happened, and again, everything down to, like I said, at the beginning of this, I said, me and you are living in sin.
Well, I'm not.
And you are.
No, I'm not.
But that, I suppose that also goes to the Protestant side. However, I feel like you take everything with a pinch of salt when it comes to religion, because religion isn't most of the time what it's supposed to be. People pick and choose what suits them. I'm doing that. Does that mean I'm a better person than someone else? Absolutely not.
Well, if that's your approach to religion, then Protestant's easier. No
But
guilt.
that's not my
No
approach.
guilt.
That's the point. It's not my approach.
Well, if you're picking and choosing, choose one that doesn't make you feel guilty about it.
Yeah, but the guilt is also generational. Even if we removed Catholicism, Christianity as a whole.
It's part of the system.
Yeah, but Christianity, that's also been a part of it, the guilt.
I'm terrible. God hates me.
That's not what we're saying. We're not saying I'm terrible. Again, you've taken what you want from that, but that's just reminding you.
No, but it's just to illustrate that guilt is at the centre of Catholicism.
Yeah, you might be
Whereas
right.
Protestant, go if you want.
I don't think Protestants say go if you want.
No, but
I think Protestants are just more relaxed because you guys, if you look at the landscape here.
As long as you read the Bible.
But Protestants were given more opportunities, so they're a bit further on.
Oh, you can't be bringing politics into it.
No, but this, you see what I mean? It's all a grey area.
No, it's not.
But
because Unionists were really...
Yes,
Yeah,
however, people go... It was Protestants and Catholics.
Yeah, but...
And by...
Yeah, but...
It's mostly... If you go into areas even now, it's not Unionists and...
No, but it really is.
You are right, but people don't look at it as that. People look at it as Catholic and Protestant.
But that's wrong.
Yeah, I know, but...
And we're choosing go to one church and get rid of another.
Well, also from living here and seeing how people have been here, Protestants here are quite mean.
No, you can't say that.
I said from my experience,
Yeah,
and from what I've seen... Yeah, you're different.
No, I'm not one of them anyway. Nor am I a unionist, so...
Yeah, that's true. But do you see? Do you know what I mean?
No, I can't accept that.
But I think when you...
That's too much of a generalisation that doesn't really stand up to scrutiny.
But you specifically said about living in Northern Ireland when we first started this, and the reality of it is here, the way the land was split to benefit a certain type of person. Now again, I know you're saying it's a unionist and... Yeah, I know it's by the English. But Protestants and Catholics, there was a divide. People have carried on with and yes, people need to move on because it's not about religion. It's about politics. When my experience living here and the way that things have been split here has also meant when you talk about Protestants being more relaxed because that's what you've experienced here.
I didn't say that. Oh, you mean about religion?
About religion, yeah. But I also think that's because years and years and years ago, things here changed for a particular type of person. So whether you are now religious or not, the land was split in a way that did, by chance...
I think that's got nothing to do with it.
I do. Because there'll be people in England that still... If they were Protestant, it's not that, to be fair, in England, this proves my point, in England as a whole, people are just less religious, as a whole. Whereas here, not only is it not like that, because you still find Catholics in church and, like, people are still in church, but it was relaxed for a group of people way before
Was
it was relaxed for another group of people. Because remember when I said to you about community and whatever else, when people are suffering, when people here were, and now I'm not saying people didn't suffer on both sides, but starvations, all of that, aside from killings, what happens, those communities, the families of Catholics are bigger. In terms of community and what I've talked about why I choose being Catholic.
I think that's a little bit of a myth too.
Is it though?
Because my granddad was one of 7.
Yeah, but I don't think...
People in that era may have had bigger families, generally. I think it's just like a running joke that Catholics have bigger families because of the whole no contraception thing.
Yeah, but that also... Doesn't that also prove...
But it's never been proven.
Has it not?
Has it? Do you know it to be a fact?
Well, that's very true.
It's not really, is it?
Yeah, that's true. Although, you're saying your granddad was one of 7, and now I'm not saying that's neither here or that. I'm not saying that's not correct. But I still do think that when you look at... I think that we've picked what is now, I'm realising, a harder thing to discuss than...
I think it's easy.
Is it? No, but I don't, because...
If you had to pick one
politics,
and get rid of the other...
Politics,
it's not about
culture,
politics.
all these have come into it.
It's about the thing. Protestant faith is essentially read the book, focus on the book, what's in the book. Catholic Church is about all the other stuff. The priest is key.
Meditation.
It's nothing to do with the Catholic Church.
Meditation is to do with the Catholic Church.
It's nothing to do with the Catholic Church.
Not meditation as a whole, but you meditate in church. That is why you go to church.
Alright, but you can do that in a Protestant church too.
But you don't kneel down on the floor?
No,
on the floor.
You still pray.
But you don't kneel down?
But you still pray.
No, I'm not accepting that one.
That's fine. But I'm just saying, if it was really about the word, the good word, as some people call it, then you would just read the book.
But it's not just about the good word.
No, but it is.
It's about your actions.
That's the point of the Protestant faith.
Yeah, whereas Catholics, it's the good word and then putting that to action.
As told by the priest.
Interpreted by the priest. Who has
Exactly.
to be educated. Yeah, who has to be educated.
Why?
What do you mean, why? They'll do theology, they'll study different religions, like, Catholic priests go through... It can be
Not
quite...
just Catholic priests. You have to... You go to through the same thing to be an ordained minister in any faith.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, I don't believe that. I don't think it's exactly the same.
Well, I know for a fact that it's essentially the same thing.
Oh, did Prof tell you that?
Well, I talked to him about it. So... He studied theology.
Yeah, he enjoyed stuff like that.
He
though.
then also taught in the school or whatever for it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And one of the guys he taught was at that school with. I met as well. Actually, he was they all some of the head big. Top guys in the Methodist Church came to his memorial and stuff. And I think he did say that my great uncle taught him at Bible college, as they called it.
Wild.
So no, they go through similar training. So you can't say that they're more educated in the Bible than the other.
Well, no, because it's not even about in the Bible. It has to be an all-round, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but
yeah,
they're still.
Okay, so they're all educated the same. So for you, it's just an easier faith.
I think it's more about what it should be.
So
I think the Catholic Church is there's a lot more bells and whistles, big display and costumes and big fancy churches and all
our
that
church
stuff.
is beautiful.
Yeah, but go to a Protestant church, it's plain, white walls, the Bible verses and the hymns, and a pulpit usually, and that's it. Catholic churches are usually massive, and very fancy.
But also because they've been around longer.
Not necessarily.
No, but I mean as in Catholicism's been around longer. So in terms of what was put in place, you'd expect them to be... Because look at mosques, synagogues.
Yeah, I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
You get loads of...
Yeah, but I don't think...
I've seen some of the most amazing...
I don't think how long a religion has been around dictates what the place of worship is like. Catholic churches were like that because of all the money that they raked in.
But from my experience going to other churches that aren't Protestant or Protestant, whatever you want to call it, they're all grand.
Nope.
Went to Lithuania, the Russian Orthodox churches,
Which
absolutely unreal.
Catholic.
Russian Orthodox is Catholic.
Yes.
What?
Same thing.
No, but it's not.
It is.
It's right. Let's go to mosques then. I was in Morocco.
Yeah, but
I can't remember what the mosque is called in Casablanca. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen, and they didn't let us inside. Absolutely unreal.
that's fine. But Protestant churches are
Abu Dhabi.
are much more plain.
I know, but I'm proving a point. Abu Dhabi, again, one of the most beautiful mosques I've ever seen. And I can't remember what that one was called either.
Yeah, you're proving the point that Protestant churches are more plain than all the others.
Yeah, but you're saying...
So it's less about all the show and bells and whistles, and
No.
more about the good word
No, but I'm
of
talking
our
about
Lord and Saviour,
a
Jesus Christ.
pastime. But the pastime said that that's how they did things, so it's
No.
carried on being like that.
Because I imagine that before a certain point they were very plain.
Maybe. Could be true. But I think it adds to it.
I feel like you've come into this with a very closed mind.
I can't lie. I feel like I'm struggling to move away from it. I don't have a closed mind though. I do get what you're saying, but I just don't understand. I get that on our level, we're going with what I want basically, because I'm bothered. But now it's making me bothered to go, well, if that's what you think, and you're saying that...
Take them to a Methodist church, get them baptised.
It's Methodist. Oh, that Catholic guilt shit
The best ones.
went in there. But why is it the best?
Just because my uncle was one. And he was a good man.
I feel like I want to ask Unc about going to both. Because he goes with Auntie Michelle. I feel like you have
They
a closed
go
mind.
even less than you go.
I know they do.
And Uncle used to just go to wherever was handiest. And he's been to like Church of Ireland, isn't St Anne's Cathedral, Church of Ireland?
God knows. But I feel like they would have... Because I feel like you've got a closed mind as well.
No.
You're very... In this conversation, you were very black and white. You got your points.
No, I did give it to the Catholic Church that if you know, it's fancier, they put on a better show. So if you like costumes and a good show for your church service, then fine. But in my experience, the hymns aren't great, and...
The hymns can be great.
No.
Well, you're going to go to
And it's too extravagant.
Also, we went to a wedding last year. Did they not have hymns? The year before Charlotte's.
I don't remember.
I know, I don't remember now. But that was nice. I feel like we just contradict each other.
No.
Because you have been coming to Catholic churches. Well, we're going to France next year, so we're going to then do a part 2 and compare. Because the hymns there, I'm telling you right now, are going to be bangers.
Yeah, but I wonder if we looked into it, where did they come from?
That doesn't matter. It's still Catholic.
Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
I was more open-minded than you were.
Were you?
Yeah.
So you've said...
I considered both sides. You've only, in this whole thing, and if you watch it back, you've only considered Catholic, because you don't know about the other.
Yeah, I don't really... That's what I'm saying. I don't want to give an opinion on something I don't really know much about.
Was giving you all the points.
You were, and you'd make me sit on the fence, but I can't sit on the fence. That's the whole point of this. So I have to pick one. And if I'm picking one, like you said, I like the show. If I go to a Protestant church and nothing's going on except for the hymns, I might fall asleep.
No.
How do I know the sermon? Like, I don't know what to expect from the sermon.
Well, you do, because it's the same book.
Yeah, but no.
It's the same stories.
Yeah, it's the same stories, but it's the priest's sermon. What are they what teaching are they going to give you? That's what I like, when they bring it into...
You know, they all do the same job.
Yeah, but differently.
Yeah. But not really. I mean, it's the same source material.
Yeah, it's the same source material.
So...
Alright, well, I'm choosing Catholic for the bells and whistles then. Because basically, all you're saying to me is... You don't believe in...
That's the wrong choice if you're someone who has faith and is of religion.
But the bells and whistles keep it interesting for me.
I'm just saying.
Because there are, like you asked me about the tabernacle. I think there are things about the Catholic Church. This is because I don't want this podcast to be that long. I didn't expect it to be this long already. But there are things in the Catholic Church, like the tabernacle, that I think it's fascinating. If you go into the history
of... It's a cupboard, isn't it?
It's not just a cupboard.
That's a fancy cupboard.
But it's not just a fancy cupboard.
We're supposed to believe it's like magic.
Well, no, it's not magic.
No, I know it's not magic.
But the reason I'm saying about the bells and whistles is if we go into the bells and whistles and what those bells and whistles mean, for most of it, there are meanings behind it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm choosing that, because I find it...
The priest.
But it's not just the importance of the priest.
No.
But the priest is supposed to be God's right-hand man right now.
Yeah, but that's utter nonsense.
Is it?
Because how can they all be?
But in Christianity as a whole, that's what they're supposed to be.
No. Ministers don't see themselves as God's right-hand man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which is very self-indulgent, if you ask me.
Is it though?
Absolutely.
When we believe in someone that was born of original sin from a virgin.
No, I don't believe that.
But do you see what I mean?
And let's face it, Joseph didn't believe it.
Yeah. Well, clearly he stuck around.
I know.
He saw an angel. See all of that? I know you believe it's mushrooms, but... So, my decision is I would have been on the fence if we were going by practicing and reading the Bible. However, I have to pick one, and I like community as part of a Catholic church when it's not toxic.
But that's not exclusive.
I know it's not exclusive, but I'm talking about my experience.
You're making these points as if they're exclusive to the Catholic Church.
But I've gone to other churches.
Yeah, no,
I've specifically named Jehovah's Witnesses, and my experience there made me want to run.
Yeah, but you're saying you said those things as if that only happens in a Catholic church.
No, but I'm not saying it only happens. I'm
Surely
saying...
a congregation
No.
is simply a community. Any congregation is a community of like-minded people.
I guess so. But
it absolutely is, because first of all, it's a group of people all there for the same purpose, to the same end. That's a community, right?
Yeah. But I'm still going with Catholic. Because my experience of the Catholic community is one. The bells and whistles and the meanings behind the bells and whistles, just not the bells and whistles, the meanings behind it. And you're always learning. It's really interesting.
Again, not exclusive.
But it's really interesting.
Yeah, but not exclusive.
We've got some hymns that are bangers. Ave Maria.
No,
Ave Maria.
I can't give you that one.
Ave Maria is my favourite hymn ever. Ever. And that is going to be played on our wedding day at some point. Even if they don't allow us to play it wherever I want it, it's going to be played. Grazia plena. Oh.
Fine.
So I think we've got great hymns as well.
So, bells and whistles, hymns. No mention of the Bible, no...
Community and Bible, but the Bible...
No, but community is non-exclusive to Catholic, so you can't have that.
Yeah, but the Bible and the priest come hand in hand. Because he's interpreting the Bible for us. That's what he's supposed to do for us. Because he's God's right-hand man.
Yeah, but he's not, so...
In the Catholic Church, he's supposed to be.
But...
So... But they all are. Why can't we all be God's right hand? Because again, if we were Christians, we're all supposed to, if we all believe in a higher power, we're all supposed to be trying to be good people. So we're all God's right hand people in some kind of way. That's what I don't like about this whole religion chat. There isn't just a black and white answer. There's so much into it that comes into it.
The choice for me in this instance is an easy one.
As someone not practicing, okay, I'll take it. But...
And it seems I had more of a balanced argument than you.
Did you?
Well, I know more about each.
Except you're gonna get married in a Catholic church. You're gonna bring your kids up in a
We'll
Catholic
see.
church. But...
No, you'll be taking them to church.
But you will be coming at some point. Because
Maybe.
you've proven already, without me even asking
High days
you...
and holy days. Otherwise, I'll just be teaching them how to be hypocrites.
No. And even Mum and Dad are like, lead him. Because they believe.
I know they do. God bless them.
But I think you're contradicting yourself then. Because if anything, even if you're not practicing, should you not believe... You're telling me you believe more... You believe your side is... Sorry, the Protestant side is better because it's not your side.
I'm not saying...
Methodist side.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's more about the thing that it's supposed to be about.
But Catholicism is that in just different forms.
You're missing what I'm saying. It's supposed to be about the Word of God, right?
Yeah, but for us, the Word of God comes in different...
But hold on. The Reformed faiths are mostly focused on the good book.
Okay.
And surely, if that's your gig, then you would go to the one that's more about the one thing it's supposed to be about than the one that's about all of the other stuff too.
No, because who says again it's supposed to just be about the Bible? Because as you've
The
proven...
Bible says that?
No, but as you've also proven, the Bible is, as you said earlier, the Bible has been rewritten God knows how many times.
I know all this, but I'm saying if it's... As a Christian, you believe in what's in the Bible, right?
Yes.
Right? So...
Which Bible's correct?
If you believe in what's in the Bible to be true, and the Word of God is your focus, why would you pick the one where that isn't the main focus? The main focus is the people who deliver the Word, rather than the actual Word itself.
Because either way, someone's interpreting it, and a layman reading the Bible. I have already stopped reading my...
You've never read the Bible.
That booklet Mum gave me, I did it the first few days and then was like, some of these, like, this is just confusing me. Because I need someone to, like, explain things to me. I think the Bible can be very confusing. And it's written in a way to be like that. So if we're going by what you're saying, then completely I don't agree. Because if it was left up to human beings to just go, let's read the Bible and live by that, it doesn't work like that.
Fine, but still.
I think we need teachers. I think we need guidance. Not saying that the teachers are always correct.
Yeah, but a minister can do that. And they won't do it with the arrogance to presume that they are the right hand of God.
But it's not arrogance.
Or self-indulgence.
But it's not arrogance, because look at Jews. Chosen ones.
That was a pretty hard J there, wasn't it?
No, but I mean it in the nicest way, because to me, I always used to ask, well, why are we not Jews? They're supposed to be the chosen people.
No.
Jerusalem is, for all of us, the chosen land.
No.
It's supposed to be. So my point is, the people are also important because someone has to be able to... Like, how do people learn? Because you pass things on. I don't think it's an arrogance to believe that you are a chosen type of person. I think it's arrogant to mistreat people because you think that you are above everyone else. But a proper priest is supposed to be humble. We were talking the other day about why some people take the vow of... what was it?
Poverty.
Poverty, yeah.
Yeah, but...
That's a great example.
It's a bit of a lie too, because what are all those donations for then?
No, but some people take a vow of poverty.
No, but I'm just saying, a priest in a church is supposed to, whatever, live that way.
And live at the bare minimum.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, they're supposed to.
They don't.
The decent ones, the actual ones, this has been covered up too much with the wrong ones.
No, but...
The ones that actually practice the faith
most
do.
of them don't.
How?
Then what are all the donations for?
To keep the churches running. You've just said yourself they're extravagant.
Yeah, but...
Those churches, when they start falling down, one thing... We went in when we were at the funeral. Did you not see the plaster and all the bits falling off.
No, but most Catholic churches aren't like that. That's just in a poor area where the people don't have money to prop it up.
And also they donate money to other countries.
Aye, so they say.
They do. Here, the Irish here do a lot of work with Zambia. And it's normally, from what I've seen, Catholic churches that go and do...
There are
not saying there aren't.
there are Protestant missionaries too.
I know there are.
Again, you can't have that. It's not exclusive to Catholics.
But I am taking that.
You can't though, because
But there are more Catholics that I've been aware of
that's
going
not
to
it.
places
You can't
like
say that as
Zambia.
a fact. You can't say that. Fair enough. Maybe one country, but there are Protestant missionaries in the way that there are probably missionaries of all faiths.
Yeah, there are missionaries of all faiths.
So it's not exclusive to Catholicism. So you can't use that.
But nothing's exclusive to one or the other because it's all about religion.
No, but you're saying that as if it's exclusive to Catholicism, and that's why you're choosing it.
But I'm not saying it's exclusive. I'm saying that's another thing. When you put those things together, this is my little bucket. I've just been chucking bits in. That's what makes me choose it.
Yeah, but you could equally apply some of those things you've said to the Protestant side as
Exactly, which is why I said that if this wasn't about black and white thinking, aka choose a side, I'd have been on the fence.
So why not just choose Protestant then?
Because I've given you the example of the little things that just, from my experience of living here, England, Zambia, how I've been brought up, from what I've seen of the world, I'm going with Catholic. Because I chose a Catholic at one point, I'm still choosing Catholic. I'm going to bring my kids up that way.
I think you need to make an informed choice.
An informed choice.
You need to go to a few services in a Reformed church.
Would you go with me?
Fine.
Alright.
I'll be like, see.
I'll walk out being like, the hymns!
Go to a Baptist church. You get the...
Wasn't Dad like a Baptist?
Don't know.
He
I think
said
he's
so.
tried them all.
Methodist, Baptist,
Tried
yeah,
all
I feel
the
like he's tried
flavours.
them all. Yeah.
Alright. Looks like I'll not convince you this time.
Okay, so...
I just wanted you to say it.
No, I wasn't going to say it.
No. I worked that out early on.
No, I'm... Like I said, I've been very open and I've been on the fence. But... That's fine. I get it. I get where you're coming from, but I've made my choice. Nice.
Fine.
To be fair, this has been so long that we're not even going to do Am I the A-hole?
Okay.
We'll save it for next time or maybe do another one. To be fair, it was going to be about culture as well and from Jamaica.
I think I won that one.
What do you mean you won it? This isn't a competition.
Isn't it?
Was this your goal each time? Alright, wait until the next one. I'm going to pick one that I want. Just so I can win. That's why you didn't want to do marriage. Because you had win.
No.
Yeah!
No.
That's actually why.
No way.
Alright, we'll do marriage next time.
Alright.
No way. Great. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. I hope that's been interesting for you. Honestly, if you've got any questions, I get some of that stuff might not have been clear because we talked about Northern Ireland and different experiences. But yeah, great. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting, doing all the bits you do because we appreciate it and we get to sit on an evening like this and just have a laugh.
Correct.
Yay.
Peace be with you.
And with your spirit.